Evening all, Marcus here, back again with another video, back again with another Oculus Go video. And in this video I'm going to answer a question that I get all the time. Can you play PC VR flight simulators on the Oculus Go? Now if you didn't know, there are programs like ALVR, Nolo Home, VRidge that allow you to play PC VR games on your Oculus Go. Now you're obviously limited a little bit, you've only got one controller instead of two as like normal PC VR, like an Oculus Rift or an Oculus 5, but you can still kind of display the actual sort of VR experience in your headset and still have that 3 degrees of freedom moving around, so it's ideal for playing sort of sit down VR titles like flight simulators. So with a flight simulator you probably wouldn't use an Oculus Go controller, you probably wouldn't even use VR controllers, you would have your own sort of flight stick, which this is one and it's not very good, but that's the one I've got, or keyboard and mouse, or even a controller connected to your PC. And the short answer is yes, they do work. They work quite well, and I think the Oculus Go is a viable option for using with a PC to play flight simulators. It gives you that kind of wireless freedom, so you can kind of go with your Bluetooth headphones, your Bluetooth controller and your headset, and just go sit on the sofa and play some flight simulator. That is there. Obviously there are, if you want kind of full controls, you need keyboard, mouse, you need some proper sticks or something. I've got ALVR installed on my Oculus Go, got it all set up on my PC, and what I'm going to do is jump into Steam VR, a game called Digital Combat Simulator, and we'll just kind of show you how it looks, how it kind of plays, and just kind of give you an idea. I'll caveat this with saying that I'm not the biggest flight simulator player ever, and I'm not that good, but just so you can see it working, let's have a look. So here we are in Digital Combat Simulator on my PC. I have a pretty beefy PC with a 2080 Ti graphics card and a Threadripper CPU. But here is the game running. It looks pretty cool. Essentially you become a head that allows you to look around the entire cockpit. I don't know if I've lost the top of my plane here. My my hood or whatever you call it. But here you go, you've got the controls. You use a Bluetooth controller, that's what I would use for playing these sort of things. Left stick moves you around. I've had some trouble kind of assigning buttons to controllers, but as I say, I'm not an expert in flight simulators, so I may get that wrong, I may be missing something and get it all confused. I couldn't get my flight stick to work properly either. It can do sort of pitching and rolling and stuff like that, but I couldn't get any of the buttons to work. But that could just be, as I say, just could be me. So if you've already got these sort of these simulators working, because they do work on normal PCs without VR, then there's no reason why this wouldn't work, and your Oculus Go becomes your sort of head in the cockpit. Because I think when you're playing the normal game, you can look around with the mouse or something like that. But if you kind of use a VR headset, you can actually kind of put yourself in the cockpit. So here we are. Let's try and fly nice and low. See how low I can get. Oh! Gonna hit a tree. Gonna hit a tree. Gonna hit a tree. I missed the tree. But yeah, it works quite well. The graphics look pretty cool and pretty smart in this. It does look pretty good. Obviously partly down to my PC being a bit of a beast, but the sense of sort of speed and immersiveness is definitely there. You feel like you're in a plane. There's a few times where I've been flying things and I don't know, but it kind of gives you like G-force sickness or pressure or something, but oh no, but it makes you feel ill, and that actually made me kind of go ugh, with it being so immersive. I have one earphone off at the moment so I can hear myself talk, but if this is on, it's proper like you're inside the cabin. All I would say is, with Digital Combat Simulator in particular, you have this weird sort of mouse head control, but you still use the mouse to click. So you can click out to the main menu, we can close, and we've got some options. These planes that you can unlock, they're expensive. Oh, they're like 50 quid each. They're expensive, these planes. So the people who like playing these flight simulators sure have some money. But just kind of for this game is free, so you can actually download and play what I just played for free. All these instant action things are in here for free. Can we do a different plane? Here we go, free flight. Let's do a slightly different one just to kind of show you the other one. So we'll start from sort of starting off. As I say, I'm sure if you guys play flight simulator type games a lot, then it would work. What I would probably say is if you've got a PC VR, or if you've got a PC flight simulator that you like to use, if it has VR controls, give it a go with your Oculus Go. I'll put a link down below to the process on how to set up ALVR, my other video, and I'll go through the entire steps on setting it up and getting it working. But once it's set up, it's super easy to sort of get working. All you're going to make sure, and here's my biggest tips, is make sure your NVIDIA drivers are up to date. Go to the NVIDIA website, get the drivers. And then second, make sure that you start your PC up afresh, open ALVR on its own, and then start the server. That will open Steam VR for you. Don't open Steam VR manually, because that's what causes a lot of issues. So here we are in a more sort of, oh yeah, look at this plane. Oh, I've got a seat right behind me. But once again, here we go, racing around. Where's my volume? There it is. And this is pretty immersive. Look, the stick moves, the throttle moves, braking moves. I'm not sure what you call it. Braking, throttle. Oh, I'm being told I'm going to crash. Oh. I'm being told in Russian that I'm getting too close to the ground, I think. But you can kind of control things. There are sort of options, I think, here. I can't get into work, but you gaze at stuff and you click on them to make them work. But I couldn't get the controls to work. But that, as I say, that's probably likely, and I'm sure, just me. And if you guys are into the flight simulators, I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. But just for cruising around, as a free experience, this is actually pretty cool. You can go up into the sky, you can do dog fights, you can fight people. Woo! Let's do a loop the loop. No, barrel roll, barrel roll. We're going barrel roll, we're going to go loop the loop. So to answer your question, do PC flight simulators work? Yes, they do, and they work very well. Like, all this text is readable, all these buttons, it's all 3D as well, so it's not a flat thing. Everything's 3D. I feel like I can almost touch these things. I can almost grab the flight stick. As I say, I do have a flight stick, but all it does is steer you. But I'm sure a master flight simulator would figure this out. So let me know in the comments down below if you've tried this, you've managed to get the controls to work properly. I'd be interested to know. See how close I can go to the ground. I like going close to the ground. Pull up, pull up, pull up. I cut the grass there, I cut the grass. I wonder if I can crash into a tree. Should we try crashing into a tree? Tree! Oh, you can crash into a tree. The tree is a real thing. There we go. Let's jump out. So there we go, there's a flight simulator from the PC to your Oculus Go, full graphics that you couldn't get on the Oculus Go itself. One of the questions I always get is people seem to think that the Oculus Go adds power to your PC and plays the Steam VR games. It doesn't. Your PC needs to be capable of playing the games full stop. If you can't play the game, you can't play it on your Oculus Go. Because if anything, your Oculus Go is then adding more pressure to your PC to stream it to your headset. So bear that in mind. And as I say, the few tips I sort of said there, make sure you've got your drivers up to date and make sure you launch ALVR first before you do anything. And then sort of work your way through. But I'll put a link down below to my video on how to set up ALVR. As I say, once it's set up on your PC and your Oculus Go, all you do is launch the app on your Oculus Go, you launch the app on your PC, and then they talk to each other, and it's that simple. So there's no reason why not to give it a go. You can play one-handed Beat Saber and other games. There's lots of sit-down games where you can use a controller and you still look around and do various different things in VR. So it's worth giving it a go, even if you haven't tried or you don't fancy a flight simulator. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. That's fine. I'm big enough and ugly enough to take it. Also considering going to vrcover.remarkers.com and supporting the channel. If you get yourself a replacement head strap like this one or facial padding, that sort of upgrade your Oculus Go. If you use my link, I'll get a little kickback, but it won't cost you anything extra. And I'll love you guys forever. Become one of the Remarkables, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell to be notified when I next upload a video. And that's me done. I'm out. Have a virtual high five.